So now we're on page little XXV 25 in the training manual, and we're looking at resources to help prepare for Module A, Anglicanism and the Episcopal Church. So let's just jump right in. There's a really cool article by C.K. Robertson on using the prayer book as a spiritual tool. You know, the assumption that Thomas Cranmer had when he developed the prayer book in English was to take the monastic hours and simplify it so that lay people could practice an organized, what we would now call rule of life. Those of us who've been to Cursillo and other kind of retreat situations where the development of a rule of life is important. Well, the prayer book forms that rule of life. We have morning prayer, noonday prayer, evening prayer, and actually order for evening, which is like at sunset, evening prayer, which is a little bit later, and then Compline, which is bedtime prayers. But this is a handy little article in preparation for the use of the prayer book, intentionally in this way. Some of us have studied Olson's book called Inwardly Digest, which is available through Forward Movement Press, and it's quite good. In fact, we may find ourselves referring to that as well along the way. But this is from the required book that that is recommended for us. Now let's turn to the next one. This is a really good article. Did Henry VIII start the church? Wow, you know, most world history people will say Episcopal Church, Anglicanism, isn't that what Henry VIII started that church? Well, in this little article, it'll review for you that Henry renounced. He died a Roman Catholic. His son Edward VI, I believe, maintained the Protestant stance of the Church of England, but his stepsister, half-sister, Mary, Queen of Scots, known as Bloody Mary, took England back into the Roman Catholic Church, and that's why she's called Bloody Mary. There was a lot of people who were killed in getting the Church of England back into the Roman Catholic Church. It was really Elizabeth I who wrested the throne from Mary and took the Church of England back into Protestantism. And so Mary is the mother of Anglicanism. Sort of fitting, don't you think? On the next page, we're on next page, Thomas Cranmer and William White, a comparison. This has to do, of course, Thomas Cranmer is the first of the, I'm going to sneeze, I'm going to pause right here. Okay, back again. Thomas Cranmer was, the first Archbishop of Canterbury, the founder of Anglicanism. And William White, a name we're not really familiar with, most everybody knows or recognizes the name Samuel Seabury. But William White was bishop and chaplain of the Continental Congress. And you'll read some of the details about the compare and contrast of those two gentlemen in this article. Next page, we see Short History of the Catechism by Marion Hatchett. Oh, God bless Marion. Let's see, Marian was my liturgics professor when I was at seminary in 1979, 80, 81, 82, and he could tell you more than you ever want to know about a particular subject. And let's just see how far Marian goes. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages. And, you know, it's all worth reading. I mean, there are 18 sections of the Catechism. When you look at it, and if you've ever tried to prepare somebody from confirmation, there's a logic to it. Marian goes back and grabs some history from the 1549 prayer book on. So you become aware that Marian likes to give us the history. If you're a history nut, you're really in high cotton here with anything you read by Marian. Marian wrote the commentary on the 1979 Book of Common Prayer. And so I guess we all have a copy of it. I mean, all we clergy probably have a copy because it was used in our seminary courses. So he's worth reading. Now here we are at Module A, and I'm going to just take a pause right here. Okay, we're back. We're starting on what's actually page 1. Roman numeral, not Roman numeral, but the name will not come to me of just regular 1, not Roman numeral. Module A, Anglicanism and the Episcopal Church. Just a couple of things to note. By the time we meet on the third Sunday afternoon of May, I should have a copy of that first video or DVD, The Story of Anglicanism. It's a classic. Michael York, I believe. I saw this thing a lot of years ago. I'm not sure how many years ago, but let's just put it this way. Originally, it was in VHS format. So enough said there. But we'll watch it together and have a little Q&A on it. Now, those other videos are, you know, thoughtfully YouTubes. So we'll also watch and discuss those short videos. The Episcopal Church, Who Are We? Interview with the PB, then Bishop-elect Michael Curry. So we have some history with him now. And then what is the Anglican Communion? Then in the next part of the segment, when we meet on that third Sunday, there's a practicum for what is Anglicanism, and you can kind of read that for yourself. There are activities there, a lot of Q&A, discussion. You'll need to have your section on, it's presumed that all participants have read Section 7, the Church, Section 8, Anglican Communion, in Episcopal Questions, Episcopal Answers, so bring that book with you. And the other questions, bring your responses to the questions, additional questions as in the Preparing for Module A section. And then note those closing groups, and we'll close with evening prayer after that next section. And then finally, on the last page, I turned the page over here without flipping it for you. There is a 500 word, 2 pages, 500 words, please, no more. Summarize your learnings from Module A. And then there we'll discuss preparing for Module B a bit when we after we get through with Module A. And then also want you to note about what I have to do with the evaluation, module by module evaluation, and you can see the template there on page 3 in the notebook, and we can go through that if you want to. Now we're on page 5 now. It says preparing for Module B, and you'll notice that when you look at your blank page 4, you'll see over on page 5, preparing for Module B, you'll need to look at chapter Living Faithfully as a Prayer Book People by Westerhoff. That's just a chapter. Episcopal Questions, Episcopal Answers, Section 6, the Book of Common Prayer. So keeping a journal of your response to at least 3 of the 4 questions you'll find therein. We'll go over this when we get together next time. So until then, study. You got any questions, let me know. And we will see each other on the 3rd Sunday afternoon in May, if not before. God bless.